mess we're about to get into right now.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host Jay. I'm here with my co-host Micah
Who picked this?
and Tiara.
Jay did.
Damn.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hello, everyone.
I have made a grave mistake. I apologize. This was not my original third choice. I couldn't find the other one.
No, it wasn't. To be fair, it
It
wasn't.
wasn't. And I was like, what about this? And turns out that was about as much of enthusiasm as I could garner for this epised or for this movie choice.
If I had watched this, before like this afternoon, I probably would have suggested something else, but I don't know what else is out there. So
No, we'd have found something. I was in the same boat. I watched this today, and I was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is this?"
I finished it today, and I started it last night, and I definitely could have watched the whole thing, and I still chose not to. I was like, I'm gonna finish it tomorrow, and that felt like a life choice that was not the best.
I think once I got in about 1:10 and I saw how much time was left, I was like, so there's more. Okay, well, I thought this was the end. It's not. Okay. And
Yeah,
also,
he got out, yo. He got out. Like, what are you doing, yo? Like, all right.
He got
all right,
a hero. He
all
got to
right.
go back.
also
was like-
amazing child actor, right? With great child acting, right, Micah?
So yeah, we're doing this movie that Jay picked. It's
Oh
called
wow!
The People Under the Stairs,
Oh, man,
and
that was-
this movie is about. I mean, this movie is directed by Wes Craven. You know,
Written
the horror
and directed.
master. Oh,
Yes,
written
that
and
is-
directed by. Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
some people are good at directing, and some people are good at writing, and some people are not good at both at the same time.
No, they're not. Oh my god!
And this is a 1991. Wikipedia says American horror comedy film.
Okay, I just read that today. I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense then. Like, I get where they're coming from. I get where they're coming from.
Was the comedy part added like after the movie? Because I wasn't sure if some of the funny parts were meant to be.
Nah, the comedy is that the joke's on you because you fucking watched it.
I can't believe how bad this was. And I hadn't seen The People Under the Stairs since I was like, I mean, this came out in 91.
11?
Yeah, like seriously, like then.
This
And
movie came out
so-
the day I was born.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right.
Wow. Yeah.
Well,
We
congratulations
should've
to
known
you.
that we should have known that was a bad omen.
Asshole.
Yeah, I need to go back and look what movies were released on the day I was born because I hope it wasn't this bad. God damn. Yeah, you should be mad at Wes Craven specifically for that. So
he's dead, isn't he?
Really? I don't know. Did he die in the walls of this house? Yeah,
Maybe.
he died. He died in 2015. Yeah. So The People Under the Stairs is a American horror comedy. It's about a young boy whose nickname is Fool, which is very disrespectful. I don't know that I would call myself that. If I was given that nickname, I'd be like, "Go fuck yourself." But then again, his real name is Poindexter, so you know, it's not a win on either
Yeah,
end.
so call me Dexter. Like, get the fuck out of here. Yo.
Nah,
I'm
yo.
not being
Nah,
called
you-
fool. Get out of here.
You're a fool forever. And this young man gets coaxed into helping to rob a house by two burglars, who decide to rob the landlord, that this white landlord couple that owns all these houses in the hood, right? And they're ridiculous with their rent prices and everything else, and they're trying to evict this particular little boy and his family. And then they get to the house, and horror ensues. Micah, we'll start with you. What did you think of this movie?
So yeah, I was not I was not expecting like would have R.L. Stein made an R-rated Goosebumps. You know what I mean? Like that's what this felt like. It felt like a Goosebumps movie, right? But like it's R.L. Stein making R-rated Goosebumps, but talking about like fundamentalism and class warfare and
Capitalism.
gentrification and capitalism.
Right. It's very
Starring
weird.
starring inbred incestuous people in gimp shit. Like what the huh? What? Yeah, I didn't care for this, man. I didn't care for any bit of it. I can't believe this movie came out in 1991. This feels like this movie came out in 1981.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. So that's a no. It's a no go for you.
Yeah, it's a no, man. It's a no. And look, I get why you chose it, right? Like it's a satire, right? Like it talks about it. It has allusions, right, to gentrification and capitalism and how it's fucked up, and but which affects us as a community more often than not. So I get why you initially thought, oh, okay, this might be something decent, but then it stars a child, it stars a child actor. It stars a child actor trying to save another child actor with the help of another child actor. And like is super bloody and gory, which is fine, right? Like that kept me like wanting like more of that, but nah, man, like I don't know. This, if you took this seriously, like if you had more to say, I think this could be something good. Like I've read that Jordan Peele wants to try and remake this, and I think he could pull it off if it's taken seriously. Like this comedy shit,
right?
This Home Alone shit,
right?
Fucking
like that's exactly right. Like when I was watching it, I'm like, well, this is terrible. Like this is objectively horrible. In the cold light of 2021. Though I think back in 1991, people thought this was trash too. But I do think there are some gems there. Not so much of what you saw, but like what you could have seen, right? Like you said, in the hands of somebody taking it really seriously. Like the incestuous couple, like that's like creepy and weird, right? And if that was taken to like its like sort of weird, logical, like more adult conclusions, that could have been really kind of fucking freaky and odd. Mm-hmm. And like the husband the brother wearing the gimp suit, like just the wackiness of it, which made no sense. But like the wackiness of it, I think if you took a serious take on, like if you took a serious turn on that, it could be pretty horrifying, right? Like this idea of this kid being in the walls trying to escape, and like all of a sudden the fucking one of these crazy people jumps out and tries to grab him, and then like the kids kept in the basement. If they looked more terrifying, like it could have like super worked, but taking the comedy route really like it is a unique piece of something. Like it really is, and it just seems overly silly in a lot of very odd ways. Tiara, your thoughts? You were
feel like y'all said
praises.
It all.
No, that's not what you were saying before we hit record.
Part of me thought it was cute. Maybe because like the little kids were adorable. Primarily the little boy who fought a dog, and I thought it was adorable considering like, oh, okay, I'm like this is cute. Or like how he'd be like you come out here, I'm gonna kick your ass, and I was like, oh, I was like, sure, this is fine.
Your mama sleeps with cats, and then the dog took it personally. Yo. What the fuck is going on in this movie, yo? He's shooting the dozens at the dog to get him off of Ving range, yo. And the dog heard him and understood and was like, yo, don't nobody talk about my mama ain't never sleeping no fucking cat, nigga. I'm gonna bite your ass. Plus, that's a Rottweiler, and a Rottweiler is the dog that bit me and that gave me my trauma. So fuck that damn dog, man. Fuck that dog for real.
I
Well,
don't like the fact that they used a
Sorry.
black dog against black people. It should have been a white,
well,
like a white
I was gonna
person's dog.
say
Poodle.
that fierce Rottweiler named Prince was probably my favorite character.
Oh.
Because he just, he was doing what dogs do, which is protecting their homes.
Yeah, and eat hands. And eat hands.
Hey, look.
They were doing what
Hey, look, what
dogs
else is
do
he
and
supposed to do?
eat hands.
I mean,
that's not his fault. It was in his bowl.
I was really upset about what happened to Prince. I felt like he deserved better. Like he deserved to be adopted into a better home. And also, I don't like violence against dogs in movies. So I guess what I'm saying is I did not enjoy this film.
For that reason.
I would totally see this if Jordan Peele decided to do it. I thought the kids in the basement, like the makeup was done in a way that it does look like an early 80s film instead of like a 90s film. And it was just too silly for me to take remotely seriously. The only part that part really did get me a little bit was when the little boy was going up the steps. He was like, I ain't stupid. And he went up the steps and then he was like, well, I guess I can do this job anyway. But then like the door shuts and then you hear something in the background. That part was a little spooky, but that was it.
Yeah. You liked it when he was like, I ain't stupid. And then turns around and is like, oh, wait, I am stupid. And then goes right back down there. Yeah. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Ving Rhames,
like, I get it
in this movie. Like, also, Bill Cobbs is in this movie, and this nigga has been old like my entire life.
He's been old our entire life. What the fuck?
Like, he's still alive too, and I was like,
that's not true.
Probably dead by now.
Is it?
Yeah,
is
he's
that
alive.
true?
He's like 87.
If you're a drug dealer, look out.
So he was 57.
What? No, he was not. Nah, yo. That nigga was 85 years old in that movie.
No, it was also, this movie was way too long. It was an hour and 41 minutes long. It should have been like
40 minutes.
41 minutes long.
Maybe.
It could have been a YouTube short. I would have watched it.
It really could have been. Nah. But I think a remake could actually be really creepy, especially if you keep the suspense of someone within the walls, but then people just dropping dead and you finding like weirdly eaten body parts around you. That would be pretty cool if Jordan Peele decided to really do that. Or I guess his name is Daddy because they call each other Mommy and Daddy, which is weird. That suit, the gym suit was I didn't understand that.
It sounds like
your
choice.
I was wondering like, what am I looking at? What are they into? But clearly, the thing I thought shaming. Wouldn't be the most outlandish thing, considering that there's a lot of incest going on.
So
I guess if I had to give it out of 5, I would give it like a 1 for the dog. That's part of the
movie. Dog, god damn.
Yeah, I'd give it a 1 for the dog dying. So you two are way more politically minded than I am. Mommy and Daddy apparently are supposed to represent Ronald and Nancy Reagan.
Makes sense.
What say you?
That's not bad, considering especially the daddy. I don't even like saying that. It makes me uncomfortable. Kind of has a Ronald Reagan look, right? Like the two actors actually were a couple on Twin Peaks, which is why they got chosen to be in this. They had like a pretty decent, like, of all of the characters, they had like a pretty decent creep vibe. Like,
yeah.
That worked, especially the wife. Like, she fucking was like really kind of creepy. But again, she's from Twin Peaks, so that makes sense. But yeah, I could see the argument about that. A lot of people said that like later on they compared at least the dad to like a or them as a couple sort of being kind of like a Donald Trump, right? Like owning all this real estate and, charging these exorbitant rents and things like that. Though I don't know that he's known as much of a slumlord as much of just as a general piece of shit. So, yeah, I think it's a fairly decent argument. But
all right.
Sure. Like that to me, that if that's what they were trying to portray, it's not heavy-handed enough to like be that obvious.
Right. Do you have anything else that you would like to say about this movie?
He's getting ready to go at breakneck speed through it.
Because you better strap in. We're not going to be here long.
I mean,
we started at 9:52. We'd be done by 10:14. Like, and then the whole neighborhood show up. All right, good night.
I have something I guess from an artistic point of view, this movie was just so perfectly well done, and I would love to just. I think everyone should see this movie just for all of the deep themes about gentrification and cannibalism and child abuse and all the stuff like that. Yeah. 10 out of 10.
All the important things: gentrification, cannibalism, and all that other shit.
Sprinkle it all in.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to see more kids like eat people. That should definitely be in the remake.
Yeah, those characters should be way more violent. They kind of just walked out at the end and just like went to the mall.
Yo, and the wailing noises. Come on, yo, from Roach. I'm just.
Hilary Swank was apparently auditioned for the role of Roach.
Okay, I mean, I guess after Boys Don't Cry, they were just like, I don't know, put her in this.
Then Boys Don't Cry. When did that come out?
Late 80s?
Late. Oh, okay.
That's an actual good movie? You've never seen it? Oh no, I'm sorry. No, that was late, very late 90s, 1999, right? 99. I stand correct.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. That's an interesting piece of trivia.
All right, that's all I got.
Right,
Poindexter Williams, aka Fool, is a resident of a Los Angeles ghetto. Thanks, Wikipedia. He and his family are being evicted from their apartment by their landlords, the Robesons. And the movie opens with Fool's sister. What is her name? Ruby. Played by Kelly Jo Minter, who okay.
She was in everything for a while, and so was this young kid too.
Yeah, he was in a lot of. He's got a lot of credits to his name.
His picture online now. He's like 42 years old. Yeah, I was like, who is this old nigga? Like, I didn't know who the fuck he was. And then they showed a picture of the kid. I was like,
he looks like he's done quite a bit of drugs.
Maybe. I mean, he was full,
right?
Yeah,
that's all they do.
Yo, he was in Moonwalker, the fucking music video. That was his first fucking thing. Get out of here.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so his sister's into like tarot cards and shit. Which is fine if you're into like if you enjoy tarot and like horoscope and shit. What's not fine is if you like plan your life around it. Don't do that. Right?
Yeah, it seems
like I'm a textbook Cancer, but I don't like I didn't, when I was dating, find romantic partners that would mesh well with Cancers. You know what I mean? Like, that's weird.
I've never looked up anything like that. Like, I never would. Like, it's just so funny. I hear that it's like, I'm an introvert, but I'm also an extrovert. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, you're an introvert, but you like to go out occasionally.
It's like, yo, you're just writing bullshit.
Isn't that ridiculous, Tiara? Isn't that ridiculous, Tiara?
Those things are real.
Ridiculous, Tiara?
Say it again, Micah.
Isn't that ridiculous, Tiara?
No, it's not. No, it's not. You can be an extroverted introvert, someone who is introverted, but
you can be an extrovert around people that they know. Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here!
I'm so glad I didn't take anything for this episode.
It could be both. That's ridiculous. It's not, because that's me. I'm an introvert.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Introverts don't go hang out with people in other states and get wined and dined like you do. Introverts don't travel, yo. You've been all over the world. You've been around the world, and I can't believe you call yourself an introvert.
I am.
She has no idea what song that is. Just no idea. Just no idea.
Introverts travel all the time, especially solo, which is
Nah, yo,
what I do.
Nah. Okay.
Yeah, they stay in the hotel and cry the whole time. Knock it off.
Right. They get on a plane and just go to work.
I'm like, audience, I'm actually really shy, like in real life.
And I don't talk a lot. I don't talk a lot in real life either. Yeah. Also,
I'm always in the
and
corner
I'm handsome
at like
in
a
real
gathering.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's get crazy. All right. Let's talk about these people living in a crack house.
Yeah, they live in the ghetto, and this is what the white man's version of a ghetto is: literally a fucking crack house. And they don't have any money, and their mom is sick, and needs an operation of some sort. And Leroy, played by Ving Rhames, who. What relationship is he to these people?
I
right?
think
like,
he's.
I
think
he was
he's
the father. Then
no,
I thought
I
he
think
was
he's
dating the sister.
He's not dating the
I-
sister. I thought that's what he's doing. Like she's
I
making
thought
a
he
pot
was. I thought he was
she's
banging
making a
the
pot of
sister.
mofongo, and then he's sitting over there waiting to eat. Like
I guess. I guess. But Leroy is there, and he's explaining to the kid. He's like, "Yo, you ain't got no fucking money, yo. You broke.
This kid like
You's a
shit.
broke nigga, yo. Like y'all. You think that they just gonna just let you stay here? No, nigga, you're broke. Unless you're trying to make some real money. And
Didn't he out?
So-
didn't he out his sister's cancer like right then and there, like it was nothing?
yeah, something.
I think
like
that's what he did in that scene.
So he's basically like, trying to school this kid on the real world, right? And he's like, now you gotta try and make some money. And so Leroy and his well, I guess we get a creepy scene of these creepy white people.
Yeah, you trying to go
let's
so
just call him-
quick through this.
Yeah, I am, yo. I didn't really care for this, man. I really didn't. We get a creepy scene of, I'm just gonna call them Ron and Nancy because I'm not calling them mommy and daddy. Fuck that. We get a scene of Ron and Nancy harassing this little girl who the audience believes to be their daughter. And it's just here to establish that like white people are evil.
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, that's gross. So Leroy and his associate Spencer go with Fool to they're initially casing the Robesons' house. The Robesons are the landlords that own the crack house that all the black people live in, apparently. And they so they start casing the joint, and they're like trying to sneak inside to see what the security system is like. And
Yeah, because Fool goes up to the door as like a fake Boy Scout at one point.
as a Bear Scout.
Yeah.
All right.
He's like trying to sell cookies, and the lady's like, "Nah,
Talking about
fuck out
cerebral
of here."
palsy and shit like that.
Yeah, that one was like, "Get
Right,
the
trying to
fuck
sell
outta
those
here."
big ass chocolate bars that come in like 5 pieces. That's just all hard ass chocolate.
Yeah, it's a cheap ass Toblerone. Like it's not
Yeah,
good. And then you ended up
Yeah.
eating all of them every time you tried to sell them at your own house. At least I did.
right.
Disaster.
So he's trying to do everything he can to get in there. He's like, I gotta piss, and the white lady's like, well, piss across the street or something, nigga. I don't know. Get the fuck
Piss
out
your
of my
pants.
face. Right, piss your pants, nigga. And he goes back. So Fool goes back, reports in, and Spencer, being the white guy, is just like, you niggas ain't doing it right. Let me show you. This is what you do when you send a nigga to do a white man's job. And then he comes out and he poses as a some sort of like municipal worker for the gas company or some bullshit. And
I love how cleaned up he gets so fast. Like this guy came, he didn't even look like the same dude. Like when he got out of the car, I was like, oh shit, it's the same guy. I thought it was Luke Perry at first. So
And
yeah.
he's like, he gives
Is he
some
dead?
bullshit like, well, I need to go inside your house to check your gas meter. Bitch, ain't no. And she's like, nigga, ain't no gas meters in the house. What the fuck? Like, get
There's
out
a
of here.
secret one.
And
There's a secret one. Like,
right, right. He's just like, well, I mean, legally we got the right to come in. So I like, yo, this is the lamest ass like reason to get in here, yo. Like I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm also not getting paid to think of something a better reason to get these people in here. Wes Craven was.
okay, so I think I can answer that actually. Here, this is why this whole gas thing actually makes sense. It's a comedy, and it doesn't have to make sense because it's fucking stupid.
Yes.
I thought Jay was really about to be on something. Well, this is why, because maybe the house was blah, blah, blah.
No.
And he's like, no.
No, it's a comedy. It's just
comedy.
stupid. Like, and it's not a good comedy either. This is what happens when you let Quentin Tarantino do a comedy. Like, this is a mess. Like, don't do this.
So, so all right. This just is a weird bit of acting to me. Like the security door has like a window that you can open up instead of like a peephole. It's like a little glass pane that you can open up and stick your face in to see who's like in at your door.
Face hole.
And yeah, a face hole. And he gives this bullshit line about like, oh, okay, well, legally we can come in and I can call the police and make you, open the door or whatever. And she's just like, okay, come on in, right? And she opens the door, she lets him in. She comes and then she closes the door, right? Then she opens the peephole, the face hole, and then just sticks her head like like, oh, okay. It just looks weird to me.
It is weird.
And then we see a panic shot of palm trees that are painted white at the base because black people.
Yeah.
That's just weird to me.
No, it's like like some weird superstition about like lightning.
Like lightning and shit.
I remember there's just trees near where your parents live painted down. I was like, oh, here's some superstitious niggas from the South or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
you don't want, you don't want them to. Yeah, you paint the things, and then lightning won't hit them because the lightning will come down and then just be like, oh, it's white paint. Can't touch that one. Then find another tree, I guess.
It's the dumbest shit. I have to look it up again. But I remember being told it's because it's to repel lightning. And I thought even then when I was like 13, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. How does lightning know? Go ahead.
The Robesons, so he gets in there, right? The Robesons leave the home shortly after. But Spencer does not come out, and Fool and Leroy break into the house to try and find him, right? Now that sentence took about 10 minutes off of this runtime, because that's how little plot there is. That's how little like things are going on. It's just a bunch of nonsense, right? Like we're getting like establishing shots of different rooms in the house so that we understand what's going on when our hero child is stuck in here later. And I forgot to mention the reason that they're casing this house is because Spencer and Leroy heard a rumor that these people like collect gold coins. And that they can sell these gold coins. So this is quite literally aping a video game in that these bumbling, stumbling ass heroes are looking for gold coins while trying not to be eaten by the people under the stairs or whatever. And
by the way, the lightning thing is not true. It's not for lightning.
Oh, it's not for lightning. Well, what the hell is it?
It's a reflecting sunlight. It's effective at reflecting sunlight to moderate changes in temperature of the trunk. So basically, so that they don't get what they refer to as southwest injury. So, not really sure it's really necessary when people do it, but it's mostly like small trees, not big ass trees like that I've seen.
Yeah. Fuck them trees. Yeah. So they're going around and they're looking for Spencer, and Fool finds Spencer's dead body. And he knows it's him because he recognizes, like, the body's kind of mutilated, but he recognizes Spencer, and he recognizes the ring that was on his finger. And Fool sees a bunch of pale children locked in a pen in their dungeon-like basement.
Time to
The
go.
Robesons, and here's a commercial because
I just wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have gone down there.
No, I'm not going into a
No,
basement
yo,
of a strange white people's
no.
houses. Like, no.
No, I'm not following Ving Rhames anywhere. Get the fuck out of here, yo. Ving Rhames is trouble, yo.
Ving Rhames,
Ving Rhames is
you
fucking trouble.
you scared little shit to do the real work. Yeah,
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah, I'm a little
Nigga,
boy.
I'm 13, yo. I'm 13.
Like, you go.
13. Right. You supposed to be a grown ass man, nigga. You go. I'm 13, nigga. What the
I love
fuck?
how
Y'all
Big
commit
Rage is just
crimes.
he's just like, you a bitch ass nigga. Yo, again, I'm not even in high school. Like, relax. I'm in 8th grade. Like, yeah, your family gonna die if you don't rob these people. You bitch ass nigga. I'm 13.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like,
what am I
I'm
supposed to do?
13.
This is a lot to put on my shoulders. I'm very small. Please stop yelling at me. Yes. Look. So far, they've made it into the house. Ving Rhames' character is constantly like, "Hey, like I can crack open any door and all this other shit," and he's like, "Oh, the house is opening up for me." I'm like, one, stop referring. You're like weirdly referring to the house like a woman. It's very strange, especially because that house is dirty. It's just gross. Yeah. But yes, Ving Rhames is a master criminal. Meanwhile, his boy is straight up dead. So. There you go.
The Robesons return home and they're like, "Oh shit, there's niggers afoot."
That's basically what they said.
I mean, like, you know. So they send their and you know the Ving Rhames and Fool they block the door, but the Gipper was able to bust open part of the door so that the most evil dog in the world, a Rottweiler, could go in and sniff out the intruders. And you know,
I don't think you have to call Prince the most evil dog in the world. I feel like that's inaccurate.
Okay.
But okay.
All right. I won't do it anymore. So Ving Rhames gets attacked by this devil dog that's a Rottweiler, and that's
he held to his promise.
He just
the
let the
point
demon
where-
out of evil. Like, okay, fine.
First of all, bitch ass Ving Rhames did what I like to call a Micah move and said, "All right, 13-year-old boy, you stand right there as bait, and then I'm gonna hide behind this couch."
In the open, yo. It's like, just stand there and let a dog rip my head off. Are you out of your mind? Yeah, no, that's a very Micah move.
And I'm gonna let you, and then I'm a sneak attack him, right? Like this is classic Dungeons and Dragons shit, right? You being 4 foot nothing, 85 pounds, be the tank, and me being 6 feet tall, 275, I'm gonna be the agile thief that goes and backstabs this dog with a crowbar, right? And the dog comes out. Ving Rhames misses his cue, and he pops his head up, and the fucking demon dog from Bleecker Street, or whatever the fuck this thing is, he fucking immediately attacks Ving Rhames because I guess he's trained to kill anything wearing kente cloth.
I did like the fact that's really funny. I did like the fact.
Are you calling Prince racist?
Oh, this dog is racist as shit.
Yeah.
This
This dog is racist as a motherfucker, yo. Because this kid doesn't look. He looks like he's black, but he looks like Afro-Cuban, right? Like he looks like Afro-Latino, right?
No, he looks
ain't
like
wearing kente cloth.
What's the fucking singer's name? He looks like a young version of him. Jesus, who's the one that people get mad at for like cultural appropriation?
Bruno
Mars.
Yeah, Bruno Mars. Yeah, he's like a little young Bruno Mars.
Yeah, he looks like Bruno Mars, and Bruno Mars is like Asian and and Latin or some shit, right?
Yeah, he's all over.
But nah,
Yeah,
like
he's a
Ving
little bit
Rhames
everything.
looked like a nigga. Yeah, Ving Rhames looked like a nigga, yo. Like he looked like, and he wearing kente cloth, right? Like I know dogs are colorblind or whatever, but like they can see patterns and shit. Or excuse me, I'm from Baltimore. They can see patterns and shit. So he's able to suss out, oh, that's a black one. I'm going to immediately attack him. And that's when the kid is like, your mama sleeps with cats or some dumb shit. I'm just like, yo, what am I watching? What is going on?
This is a comedy.
Why did he pick this movie? Why is there another hour and 10 minutes of this movie?
I don't think it's fair to put the blame on me for this. I don't.
mean, Jesus Christ. Look, eventually,
I guess no blaming the black man today.
Nah, yo, you can't blame me for this. Nah, yo, this is not my fault. This is Wes Craven's fault specifically. Like, nah, yo, I got nothing to do with this.
I'm trying to figure out how they even came up with this movie.
Yo, they were. Wes Craven was high as fuck when he came out. He was like, yo, I have an idea. It's like, okay.
I think I saw something where Wes Craven was like, "This is my version of like The Hills Have Eyes" or some shit.
What?
And I'm just like, nah, that ain't this ain't working, yo.
Well, and this is also based on a real story.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. There were people who there was a couple in California who like would chain children up in basements, you know,
Right.
like some real scary shit. Not these two bumbling ass niggas playing a cross between Resident Evil and Home Alone and using all this wacky shit. Look, this is how they get rid of the dog, yo. The dog
Hold on. Oh, bro.
Ving Rhames. The dog has Ving Rhames' arm in his mouth, right? And the kid is like, he's pulling Ving Rhames. The kid had got electrocuted earlier by a doorknob. So he's like, see, this kid is smart. He understands that electricity. Yeah, he understands how electricity works, right? And he pulls fucking Ving Rhames, who has the dog on his other hand, and he touches the thing so that they all can get electrocuted and the dog can be subdued. Like, that's very smart. That's very smart.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
It just looks really fucking silly when this kid is going. I'm just like, come on, what the fuck are we doing, yo? What the fuck are we doing, man? Like, is this a horror movie or not?
No, it's not. The thing is, it's not. It's not at all.
Yeah, that seems like child actors, though, Micah. I know how much you love child actors.
Like, come on, yo. Come on. What the fuck is going on here, man? What the fuck is going on? Why? Well, look, eventually, the ropes, they try to flee. They get cornered by Ronald Reagan, and Ronald Reagan shoots Ving Rhames to death.
A couple shots to the chest. It's a wrap.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's like, "Run, fool!" And Ronald Reagan thought he was talking about him, like, "Ooh, he called me a fool. Who's the fool now?" And meanwhile, the kid escapes to a hideout inside the walls. So he's running around inside the walls, and he runs to another section of the house where he meets this the little white girl from before named Alice.
Right.
Alice tells him that people.
But then it becomes then the movie turns into a missing white girl syndrome story. We have to save this little white girl.
Save Alice.
Man, Alice and all her weird brothers downstairs. Like, what is going on over there? Yeah. I mean, nothing good can come of this relationship, right? Bruno Mars meeting.
I just thought of something. This movie had this young black king and trying to condition him to save a white woman.
See what they do? See what they do
to a white girl.
Yeah.
So it starts in their little. That's another theme to this movie.
No, it doesn't start when you're little. JR, here's what you need to know about black men is that they're born lusting after white women. And that's why we need you, black queens, to be in our lives to beat that shit out of us. to make us
Okay.
appreciate.
Was this
I
on
mean,
the
I'll beat
latest
you,
episode of
but,
Insecure?
you know.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah, that's why we need strong black women in our lives, right? Because
No,
the
I
black
don't need to
man
be there
is
for this.
Look,
You're on your own.
wow,
It's okay.
wow. When a black man is down, you can't even be there on Thanksgiving. That's fucked up.
See, don't.
Oh, that season's coming up, yo. Put your shit away. Put it away. We'll see,
I don't know why that
See
was
you.
so funny.
Fuck
But...
it.
we'll see you in 2022, dog. Yeah, no, it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I look. The can we talk about the gimp suit? Like, the Gipper
Oh,
comes
did we
out.
see the gimp suit yet? I have no idea.
Yeah, I feel like that's right
it
where
should
we
be
are.
in a sex club.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, he comes out like the Gipper
Out
comes
of
out there.
nowhere, by the way.
Right.
Out
There's
of
no
nowhere.
no explanation. Just like, I'm just gonna roll in the shotgun. I got the gimp suit on, like all leather.
Like, why?
straps and
Why?
shit.
Why do you have that on?
Because he's the gimper.
Somebody thought that was really funny too. Like, you know that happened, and yeah. So he's just walking around in this gimp suit with a shotgun, trying to kill a black guy. Eventually, the cops show up, and they're like, "Hey, heard something might be going down." Like,
Yeah, I
anything?"
hear an awful lot of gunfire in this neighborhood. I'm hearing an awful lot of gunfire.
It's shotguns.
Maybe you should have been there sooner.
Yeah. And so, yeah, they come out and they're like, "Oh, no, everything's good. We're fine. Why? You guys all
Yeah,
right?"
the kid is trying to, call for the cops, but like everything is soundproof and weather sealed and all that shit.
Yeah, because the cops find the van that they were in originally.
Yeah. So Alice tells Bruno that there are people under the stairs, and the people under the stairs were children who broke the see, hear, speak, no evil rules in the ropes in the household. And all these kids have just kind of, devolved into cannibalism to survive. And Alice has avoided this fate by obeying the rules without question, like a real fundamentalist Christian would.
Yep.
A boy named I was going to point out that this is satire of fundamentalism, but like it's not, because that's how they act.
I mean, at this point, yeah, it kind of is.
A boy named Roach, whose tongue was removed as punishment for having called for help to escape, thus breaking the speak no evil rule enforced by Ronald and Nancy Reagan, also evades the Robesons by hiding in the walls. Okay. So like you said, cops come around, they're looking, they're like, "Yo, there's an awful lot of gunfire in your old creepy ass house." And they're like, "No, officer, we're fine. We're white. Do we look like we would do anything illegal?" And the cops were like, "You sure don't. Have a good day." And then we go back to chasing little black kids.
Yo, this dog comes bursting through the walls.
with
dog was
with
invincible
dogs that just
to the very
oh well, I mean,
Almost.
to a point. To a
to a
point.
point.
Literally,
Yeah,
literally to a point.
Literally to a point. And even then, he snarled after.
So at some point, Fool is like he's fighting the Rottweiler to keep him in the wall. The Rottweiler's like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm coming through." He eventually runs down the hall with the Rottweiler chasing, and when the Rottweiler is chasing him, he dashes into this bathroom. He's trying to close the door as the Rottweiler is trying to put its head in the door, and he just does a little body shot and hits the dog in the face. And I was like, "That's not how that would work."
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
it's not.
I appreciate
was
it.
that
I
when
appreciate
he
it.
when
Now,
he
should have had his
when he
hand
was at
bitten
first-
off.
Like,
He should have.
was that also like when he was like trying to like fend it off with his foot, and then he ran into the
Yeah.
bathroom and then like just punched in the face? Yeah, I saw it. I was like, I don't think you can't go from not using your own feet to kick the dog in the face to just punching it with your little tiny 13-year-old hands.
Nah,
Not a
that
full,
dog
not a
would've-
grown ass Rottweiler that took down Ving Rhames. But okay,
Look,
sure.
look, this is just my power fantasy. Like, leave me alone.
At this point,
Yeah,
this is
you know,
this
actually,
is this is a
you know,
Micah
Micah,
film.
when that little boy was fighting that Rottweiler, I was like, oh wow, Micah has representation right here.
See, that's
Finally.
representation,
Finally,
yeah. Well, at
we
some
need
point
more
he gets
Rottweiler punching.
as you do.
We need to box up Rottweilers more.
They're
don't.
getting too much respect in the movies. At a
Yeah.
certain point, Fool is in the bathroom after Ronald Reagan has shot open the door and the Rottweiler's coming through. And he turns around and fucking Roach reaches through the wall and just pulls him in. It's like, yeet, and just takes him. I'd try to kill that dude. I don't know you. You know, how do I know you're an ally? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And he just takes him into the
you
walls.
know,
Nope.
I mean,
Don't trust
I'd have jumped in there with him. Because I ain't trying to get I'm not trying to get fucking
Mold
trickled
by a dog.
down. Yeah, I don't want to get. I don't want to get bit by some fucking demon dog.
Fair enough.
You know, I would have went away and then I would have killed Roach because Roach looks fucking weird, yo.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
he's all gums, man. Like I don't normally
Aw.
see like people with like little chiclet teeth and like the gum to teeth ratio is off.
The slider needs to be like it's at 70-30. You gotta slide it
Yeah,
back a
yo.
little bit.
Like,
I would say it's like
His
the
creative
part I
character
didn't
is all
expect-
kinds of fucked up. Like,
I-
no, don't do that.
I didn't expect them to show us the fact that he has actually like had his tongue like halfway cut. I didn't expect that. I was like, that's gross.
yeah.
More of that.
Yeah, but it like
Yeah.
it was a bad effect because it was like your tongue got
Yeah.
cut. Like, how long is your tongue? Because it was like clearly a thing on the edge. I'm like, was this dude's
Right.
tongue this long? Come on.
They're like, we're gonna cut your tongue.
Why do you
Okay.
Why do you think Alice took a liking to him? It was like, that's all
Oh.
right, man.
Ew.
We'll see.
Gross. Oh god.
That's not okay.
Ugh.
Rottweiler
so-
falls out of nowhere to attack them in the walls
So-
again.
Yeah, so Ronald Reagan six prints into the walls to try and kill him. And eventually they meet up with Alice and they're talking and we're getting a little bit of exposition, but then the movie's getting boring. So now all of a sudden Ronald and Nancy come in and eventually they recapture Fool and they force Alice to clean up all the blood. Like this, like
Yo.
Nancy's really trying to do like some mommy dearest shit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is clearly the heavy inspiration for this character. I mean, look, throwing your child into like what seemingly is like boiling water, I can tell with damn near boiling water, is a little crazy.
And
and
she's
then,
just
like,
like
scrub it.
the fires of hell are hotter. It's like, all right, yo, all right. I mean, I like a good psycho Christian as much as the next person, but like this
All right.
movie ain't it, yo.
All right, let me ask you a question. You recast in this movie, same characters, obviously. Who's the Ronald Reagan character and who's the Nancy Reagan character? Because I have in my head someone for the Gipper.
I feel
Man,
like
you
for the
know,
woman,
I
the first
really
person who came
would.
to my mind, if she were a little younger, and if there was like a director who took it super seriously, I think Helen Mirren would be really creepy in that role.
Oh, I could see that.
Um,
That's not bad. Micah, your thoughts? Well, Tiara thinks.
The first name that came to mind for Ronald Reagan was Mark Wahlberg.
He would never do it. No way.
No, he wouldn't do it. He can't be a bad guy. He's a bad guy in real life. He can't play a bad guy.
Right,
in movies.
exactly.
I could see like weirdly like Nick Offerman doing playing Mr. Robinson.
I could see that.
He,
I could
like-
see that.
Yeah, I could see that. Um,
So my choice for the Ronald Reagan character is Michael Parks. He's dead, unfortunately. He was the crazy fundamentalist preacher in Red State. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
The Kevin Smith
Not
movie.
really much of a choice if he's dead. But,
Yeah, it is. I just
oh,
found out
Michael
he's dead.
Rooker will be really good as.
Oh shit, he would nail it.
Oh,
that's
well,
a
there you
perfect.
go.
That's a
That's
perfect
it.
choice. You know what? You don't
You
even
nailed
need a second character. He played both characters. Like he'd be all right. Like he just him. There's that crazy son of a bitch in that house. Yeah, Rooker would be good. Rooker would be good. Like I could see James Gunn doing this. Like to play it if you're still trying to play it slightly comedic, but I bet he would make a far better movie. But I could see Rooker doing
It would
that.
definitely
Like,
be a dark comedy here.
yeah, it's pretty fucking dark. But yeah, I could see Michael Rooker. That's not bad. I don't know. Who's like a creepy white woman, like a creepy old.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking of. I feel like they're like.
Oh,
I mean,
what is
Kathy
that
Bates would be good
woman's-
if she were younger.
No. What's that woman that had that severed Donald Trump head? The one I can't stand that does that
Kathy
Seinfeld
Griffin?
episode that I refuse to. That's it.
I could see that. I could see that. I could see it.
No, man. She's too.
I just don't like her. That's all.
No, but I could see it. She's a bit of a creep.
Yeah, she is. I just feel like for the remake I'm imagining, one that's actually plays more into the horror side than does the comedy side. I don't know if I would choose her. I can't think of who I would choose. Oh, you know what? I know. If she were younger, Lily Tomlin, who plays Frankie
Lily
in
Tomlin.
Grace and
Yeah,
Frankie.
that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I was trying to look.
Oh no,
Tilda Swinton.
Oh my
Tilda
god,
Swinton could do.
I know.
well.
I know who would be
She's a
great if they Rebecca from Ted Lasso. Also.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
She
Because she's like,
great.
because she's also like physically, seemingly like pretty tall and shit. Like I could see that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. There you go.
Yeah,
Fucking
I like it a
Michael
lot.
Rooker. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure. I mean, so do I. I mean, I get it. It's a good looking woman.
Calm down. We're not-
She is. She's a very
I mean, she
attractive
is. She's
older British
gorgeous.
woman. Yeah, she's good looking.
Yeah.
That's why Ted Lasso keeps trying to make all them cookies. I get it. So yeah. This couple is very weird. I think they're the best part of this movie, though. Like they're goofball.
I mean, they're the most entertaining part of it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
they really are.
Yeah.
if you say they're from Twin Peaks, all right, I get it. Like, I get the performance now.
Right.
All right, so there's a lot of fucking shenanigans that's going on. At the end of the day, Fool tricks Ronald Reagan into stabbing their dog, and he and Alice reach the attic where
How
they find an
excited
open
were you for
window
this scene?
above a pond. You know, I talk all that shit, but about, you know, hating dogs and shit. And I don't want to see any living creature die, but I will watch it over and over again if it's a movie, because movies are fake. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
That was good.
That
was
I just
more
want
on
people
brand.
to know, you know. I just want people to know I'm not a creep. I'm not a psycho, right? But like, fuck dogs.
Yeah, that's fair.
I saw you spit on a movie poster.
I
was
didn't
a
spit
fan.
on a dog.
That's true.
I think
didn't
you
spit
would
on a
actually spit on a
dog.
dog. That's
No, I wouldn't. Are you kidding? I wouldn't spit on a dog. I'm not giving a dog a reason to fight me. Get out of here. No. I would never
Right.
get so. You think I would get within spitting distance of a dog? Nah, yo.
if it was a little one.
Nope, because they the ones that's got the
He
fucking insecurities and shit.
He lying. I got a picture of him holding my dog when it was a puppy. Knock it off. He lying. Don't even listen to him.
No, it was. No, look,
He
Oh,
was
do you
crying,
really?
though.
Oh, that's
He-
so
I
adorable.
did it. I did it because we're friends, and I didn't want to fucking. I didn't want to throw up on you in your house.
Nah,
That's the
no.
only
In fairness,
reason I did it.
in fairness, he was holding the dog. He was shaking like a leaf. He, all right, take the picture. Nah, don't put it on Facebook.
No,
Nah.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to be rude to your wife. We were in your house, and she was like, "Here, I insist that you hold my dog."
Don't blame her.
I'm
Don't
not,
be so
I'm
here
not, I'm not blaming her.
blaming that
I'm not
fabulous
blaming her.
woman.
No,
You would have
I'm
said
not blaming
no.
her. I'm blaming Jay. I'm blaming Jay. He
That's
wanted the
fair.
Oh,
dog.
okay, that's fine. That's
All right,
cool.
next time we get a dog, next dog gonna be bigger. He's gonna be a bigger dog.
Nope. Damn that.
Oh my god, you should totally get like a mastiff so that way.
Get the
like,
fuck
Micah
out of
could
here!
be
I
a-
got a kid. She eats
What the
enough.
hell is that?
It's like a 200-pound dog. No,
How do you spell
They're sweet
mastiff?
though. They're super sweet.
they are super sweet dogs, actually. No, I would never
They
buy
don't
them
do anything. They're
mastiff.
harmless. But they're like
Yeah,
200
they're just
pounds.
big. They're fucking huge.
Yeah, they're actually
Nah,
probably
yo.
like on their hind legs. They're probably almost Micah's height. on their
Yeah,
hind
no,
legs.
yo, they would be on their hind legs. They would put their
Yeah.
paws on your shoulders, like no doubt. They're
Yeah.
fucking
Yo,
huge.
is this scale for real?
It's real. Yeah, they look fake. They're so fucking big.
Nah.
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
yo.
Any pictures you see of a mastiff looks insane. You're like, this is bullshit. This is
My-
Photoshop.
Micah, the doggy
Okay.
park I go to, we have a mastiff that comes every day. He's like the sweetest thing, but he
Yeah,
he
but
is
they're-
super tall.
Yeah,
And
dude,
like
they're
one time I
fucking
came to the park
huge.
and like I had treats in my bag and he was trying to jump on me and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, you rip your fucking
Nah,
arm
yo.
off.
No, but
Yeah,
he's sweet
like-
though.
Nah.
They really are good dogs.
Yeah, some of
Yeah,
these
okay.
pictures, when you see it next to a human being, they look photoshopped. They're like, this is too big. Like, no, they're really that big.
Yeah, nah, yo. Get the fuck out of here.
I saw
Goddamn
one-
Chewbacca dog.
I saw one once in the back of a Suzuki Sidekick. I thought I was having a fucking like a waking dream. I was like, yo, that dog is crazy big. It took up like 50% of the back seat. No, too big.
Yeah. And
Also,
they
don't get a
drool
mastiff and
everywhere.
drive a Suzuki Sidekick. That don't make no kind of sense. It just doesn't.
But they're so cute puppies. They're
Yeah.
just so cute.
They're 900 pounds. Get out of here. You get one. Live with you in your apartment.
So fucking fool had stolen some of the gold coins, right, in the midst of all this. And
As
when
you
he and
do.
Alice get up to the attic, they find an open window above a pond. Apparently there's a pond on this property. And he's like, let's jump. And Alice is like, but the outside. I don't know what the fuck is outside. Like,
I don't know
you
how
what
deep-
the fuck is inside.
She was like, I don't know how deep the pond is. Bitch, it's a pond. It's not the ocean. Like, what are you talking
Like,
about?
come on, yo. Like, I didn't fucking like, nah,
Yeah.
yo. Like, I
She-
get your
she
shit,
rep-
but like,
No, she represents like white women not wanting to leave the Gucci booted lifestyle that they have. They're stuck. Stuck.
I would have left her there. I'm sorry. Like I
He
just
Yeah,
I,
he
once-
did. That's
I mean,
how
like,
you know he
I mean,
black.
like, not even like coming back. I just would have been like,
Oh hell
whatever.
no! I made it out. Nah, call the cops. Like,
Like,
that's
good
the
luck.
best I can do for you. I'm go back in. Get the fuck out of here.
so his ass, so he's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna leave, but I'm gonna promise to return for you. Nah, yo. See what white pussy does? It makes you fucking makes you go crazy.
You know what,
Um,
Micah? You should show this movie to your son as a cautionary tale. Don't do what this little
Don't
boy
do
is doing.
this. You get out of
Yeah,
that house.
I
You
should.
leave forever.
You get the fuck out of here. Nah, yo. So fool makes it back home, and talks to the guy who shot Nino Brown 1 year into the future, and he says,
By the way,
that-
I like that this is like, as far as I'm concerned, this is the same universe, right? Like this neighborhood,
Absolutely.
yes, is dilapidated and everything else, but that has to do with bad rent prices and the massive drug market that is going on, run by Nino Baron and his gang. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, all the way from New York. 'Cause they're
However
in
it
LA.
works. However it works.
This nigga flew all the way to New York just to be like, nah, yo, the rent is too damn high. Bam! And shoot fucking Nino Brown. That's why
Yeah,
you ain't
he's-
see him until later in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
So look, fool learns that he has enough gold to pay for his rent and his mother's surgery. He also finds out that Nancy and Ronald are actually brother and sister, coming from a long line of disturbed, inbred family members. Which is
Well,
just
hold on.
fucking odd.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Yes, it is. But when he gives the gold coins to your soul is has an appointment in hell, Nino or whatever, that guy, when he gives it to him, he's like, well, you got enough gold coins to pay the rent to 2020, and because it's like
To the year
1991.
2000.
Or year
That's what he
2000, right?
said.
Right, to the year 2000, and pay for your mom's surgery and get her an ambulance. I'm like, yo, how much are these gold coins worth? Like, also, $1991 is like mad cheap, I guess. But it was just really funny. Like, these 5 gold coins like can pay for everything. Like, they're magical coins. Like, okay, like it's probably worth $100. Relax. But
I mean,
yeah,
you get
I
enough
just
of
found
them, if you get enough of them, you get an extra life. I'd say
Right,
that's pretty
exactly.
valuable. So yeah, these people come from a long line of inbred hillbillies. They started out as a family that ran a funeral home selling cheap coffins for expensive prices before entering the real estate business, leading them to become greedier and more unhinged. And Fool vows to help right the wrong. So he goes to a payphone because those niggas are too poor to own a landline. He goes to a payphone. Probably
his
uses one of them gold
can pay for.
coins.
He's just
And-
putting them in the machine. You have 5,000 free calls.
And he reports the Robesons to child welfare. And as the police are investigating the house, the aptly named
This is when I thought the
Fool
movie was
sneak
over,
backs
by the
in.
way.
It should have been
Like,
over the second
yeah,
he
it
jumped
should
into
have
that
been
pond.
Like when I saw like the child welfare folks, I was like, okay, cool. So they're probably gonna do like a little montage, and I paused, and I saw like there was like an extra 30 minutes left, and I was like, what? Like what else? Like are the credits like 30 minutes long? Like what else? Could
I would have
be
rather
happening?
it were.
Are we Are we showing one name at a time in the credits?
No, they bring him out like a play. Steve, and he just bows. He goes back. Boom, guy. Like that's it. It's gonna take 45 minutes. Yeah, this movie's way too
This
fucking long.
Yeah, even this Wikipedia is ready to get this shit over. This is a run-on sentence. All right, let me start this. Sentence. He reports the Robesons to child welfare, and as the police are investigating the house, Fool sneaks back in to reveal that Alice that she is not their daughter. She was stolen from their parents, as were all the children in the basement.
I can't wait to be done with this. Wow, that's fucking hilarious.
Shit. Nancy finds out that Alice knows the truth and believes that Fool has turned her against them, so she attempts to kill Alice.
Oh really?
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's anything worth talking about before because we in the home stretch, y'all. I'm trying to see if there's anything to talk about. The Gimper's got his gimp suit on again, and at one point she's like, "You need to take care of them and put me to bed." And they get into an argument, and she slaps him, and he's like, "Yo, don't let this gimp suit fool you, bitch!" And then he fucking starts choking her out and shit. Then they see some soot come from the chimney. So this nigga in a gimp suit walks over to the fireplace, gets in it, and starts pointing his shotgun up. I can't believe that is a fucking sentence that I just had to say.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't see shit. And all of a sudden,
I got soot in my gimp suit. Help. What the fuck are you doing?
He took the mask off. And fucking Fool drops a brick on his ass.
Yo, that was
like he drops a brick on him, yo. I don't know if you've picked up a brick lately, TR, but them bitches are heavy.
Yo, it would fuck your face up if a brick not got thrown at you, right? Because that takes like however hard someone's doing. Just gravity, right? There's no resistance. Just straight up.
You know, it's funny because early in this
that
film,
shit is falling from terminal velocity, yo.
you probably would have died. Like you can't
honestly,
get hit in the
how
head with a
Mr.
brick.
Robertson even survived up to this point is like interesting because early in the film he got hit in the head by the little boy when he like smashed like the concrete over his head in the bathroom.
No, no, that was the top of a toilet lid. Like like the back of the toilet.
Okay,
Yo, he
never
hit him
mind.
with the
But even
ceramic
still.
part on the top. Yo, that's a wrap for you. Yo,
Yo,
you
you
can't
should
take
die, yo.
you can't take a head injury like that. Like, that's a problem. I mean, there's well, maybe he does take a number of head injuries and just kind of shrugs them off, because every time he gets to the walls, he's always like, kill you. Like, he sounds like, can anybody hear me? Like, he sounds like
someone
like
that,
Anthony
that's a product
Mackie in
of
that
inbreeding.
movie. Yeah, he does. So, you know. Kinda like Ronald Reagan.
So Fool gives Ronald Reagan fucking another head trauma. And Nancy goes in and she's like, I'm gonna get you. And these motherfuckers slide down the chimney and they get into a fight while in the chimney, and Fool uses his fingers to pick her nose to try and fish hook her nose.
Yeah,
Like,
what
that's an
like,
illegal move, dude.
yeah, you're not allowed to do that.
And she I forget how they get out, but she gets out, and she's a fundamentalist, so she doesn't curse, so she says caca. I'm just okay, like, just say shit. Like you called these people niggas before, like, you can say shit, but what
You're literally a product of incest. And you are committing incest with your brother. Like, you can say fuck or shit or whatever, or some other curse word. It's fine. Pretty sure the Lord is already looking down on you already.
Wow, it's a bit of a judgment.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And
No,
if
that's fine.
you're offended by this, if you're listening to this and you're offended, then
How could they
I hope you are.
How could they go after these people? They're so rude. Yeah, they're inbred hicks. Who cares? Or Trump voters, as I like to call them.
So they're so eventually Fool kind of tricks Ronald Reagan into the basement, and all of the people under the stairs, the children that they keep breeding and discarding like some fucked up 300, some inbred 300 shit. They all kind of attack. We cut to Nancy, and someone's at her door, and it turns out the entire fucking community is there, because these people own every single crack house that all of these people live in. And they confront her, and it's like, the rent is too damn high, and you were gonna, and she's just like, fuck y'all.
Give a shit. Yeah,
I'm
like
rich.
I don't give a shit.
Don't like it, move. You be doing me a favor.
Right.
And eventually the cannibal children come up, and they all charge at Nancy, causing her to flee and run into a knife held by Alice. I'm skipping some of the details because I'm too through with this shit.
And they, like, the one, like, burst through the stairs. Like, you could have done that the whole time?
Yeah.
What the fuck y'all staying downstairs for? Like, oh shit,
They
the
were
car
afraid
left.
of, they were afraid of the dog.
Just fucking go. Fuck that dog.
They were afraid
They'd
of
probably
the dog,
eat that dog.
Jay.
Was that the real
I mean,
reason?
I don't know. That's what I'm assuming.
No, that's the
Prince was
dumbest
wanted.
reason. Nah, yeah, I would have busted through them stairs. If I had stair bursting powers.
Especially since it's like 12 of them niggas. I'm like
yeah, yo, like,
all of y'all
gang
just,
up. I just gang up.
and y'all already eat other people. So what's
you
stopping
good.
you?
Right.
Yo, this makeup is just atrocious, man.
It does
even for
not.
1991, yo,
It does
just
not
don't
look good.
man.
No.
It just
Does
don't look good.
the makeup from the Thriller video look better?
100% looks better than this. 100% looks better than this. When I was a little kid, I thought Michael Jackson was a real ass zombie. Like, get out of here.
A real zombie and also a real werewolf.
Yes.
Children.
Whatever. You weren't even born. Get out of here. You listen to Thriller when your mom was listening to, like, that's great music CD compilations. Get out of here.
Now that's what I call music volume 7.
Right. Like, shut up.
Excuse me. I am about to be 30. We don't need to talk about me like I'm a child.
Exactly.
Thank you.
No. When you hit 30, we'll stop.
in a
Yeah.
in a
Yeah,
week.
when you hit 30, you better fucking enjoy those 10 years because the second you hit 40,
Boom.
Time is just gonna fucking it's gonna be faster than me going through this fucking movie. So
You're not
the
wrong.
children the children under the stairs they start running at Nancy and it causes her to run into a knife that's being held by
Good.
Alice, right?
Good.
The proletariat sees the means of production and throw her into the basement where she lands dead at Ronald Reagan's feet. Ronnie finds Fool at the vaults because they hoard all their money because capitalism, right? They hoard all their money, and they have a bunch of explosives set in the house because crazy, I guess.
No, well, that's trickle down economics. Like eventually, this will all blow up in their face, right? Is that how that works? I don't know, Wes Craven. This is really weird.
Way to find a meaning in that, Jay.
Look, I'm digging. I'm digging because there isn't any. This movie is bad.
And Fool is like I forget what he says. It's something stupid and corny, something that a kid would say. And he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill you, yo." And he's like, "You better watch it, yo. I'm gonna kill you." And he does. Like he puts the two wires together because that's how these explosives are gonna go off, just by two random ass wires touching. Not a plunger, not a remote. Not a button, just two random ass wires that,
Apparently this 13-year-old kid knew to use.
Yeah, because he learned from the best. That's what he said. He learned from the best, which was Ving Rhames he's referring to, that he met earlier that afternoon, who taught him how to rewire dynamite.
He learned from the best.
So I'm sorry, but like there was one point in this movie where he hops out and he just like hits Ronald Reagan in the nuts, and he just like, I think he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass" or something. And I'm just like, I was like, it was in that moment where I was like, I see where Micah gets his disdain for child actors.
Whack, yo. It's whack, yo. It's whack. The line, the delivery, all of it is whack, yo.
Well, and that's the thing is when you get a good child actor, they're generally remarkable, right? Because because most of them really are not, and it's just because they're young. They don't have experience. They don't have things to pull from. This kid being one of them.
So the Fool is like, I don't want to kill you, but I'm gonna do it, and he sets off the explosives, demolishing the house, causing the money to blow up through the air, and through the crematorium in the chimney, and weirdly, ironically, trickle down to the poor people that are below.
See?
Ronald Reagan is killed in the explosion, and Alice and Fool reunite in the basement. Meanwhile, the people outside claim the money distributed by the blast and the freed children. Yeah, okay. Hold on. They claim the money distributed by the blast, but they don't fight over that goddamn money. Come on, yo. Come on. Like I understand.
I assume
No. If the proletariat were ever given these funds, it would just be Shangri-La, and everyone would work together, and it would all be fine.
Nah, yo.
That's that. I don't know.
Can we talk about the most ridiculous part of this movie?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to be way more specific.
All of them little cannibal kids
they just bounced
into the crowd.
Yeah, they just went to the arcade. Ain't no big deal.
And it's just like you had like that one really ugly looking one like turn back and like give like a grin and then just disappear. I'm like, so y'all just are y'all normal? Like aren't y'all missing? Like, and also you're still cannibals, so how is it supposed to work?
I mean, I think probably it's a comedy. I don't know what to tell you. It's a comedy.
Sorry, I think I asked one too many questions.
I guess.
One too many logic questions.
Are we at 90 minutes? Do we need the vamp?
Yeah, we need the vamp for 15. Need the vamp for 15.
15?
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. You gotta make it work for 15 more minutes.
how I felt when I paused it earlier, and I was like, "Oh shit, there's still a lot of fucking movie left."
What did you think you had? What did you think you had? 5 minutes?
Yeah, man.
Like -3 minutes? Nah, yo. 15, my nigga. It's 1:14.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Okay, so all right, I
All right.
guess.
Okay. So how do
the-
you? Okay. Here you go. Here's a vamp. How do you make this a good movie in the modern age? What
Damn
what
it,
do
Jay!
you,
That was my
yeah.
question. That was gonna be my question.
I'm sorry, I silenced the
changes
black
would you
woman.
like to
You
see
say,
in the-
look, let me amplify your voice. You say it now. It'll mean more. Help! I'm trying to help you. I'm sending out vibes. Okay. So, but what makes
How
it?
you these whole top hand movements?
I need a kufi like fucking Leroy. He had 2 different kufis on. That was amazing.
So I think, I mean, I mentioned this earlier, but if we were to do this again in 2022, I want there to be a little bit more suspense with them being in a house and then hearing the commotion through the walls.
That's
and
right.
I would
Yeah.
want I actually want this to be a less comedy. Like there can be funny moments, but I don't want to watch it and being like, oh, was that supposed to be funny, or is it funny unintentionally because the writing is bad? Also, I would cast an older kid, maybe like 15,
Yeah.
16-year-old
Yeah,
kid.
that feels about right.
And I would make the cannibal children villains, like, because they should be. Like, I think at the end of this film, it feels like, especially with the music that they played at the end, which was so fucking campy. I need the parents and their unfortunate victims to both be villains for the main 2 characters, because at the end of the day, those kids turn into monsters, unfortunately, and there's just some people you can't save. So I would like that to be a part of the message of the film. What else would I want? More gore.
Yeah,
definitely.
That I would definitely.
And obvious kills. I feel like, honestly, if you had to recast Ving Rhames' character, I would probably cast Coleman Domingo, but I would just give him like a bigger role.
Yeah, I felt like the 2 well, at least Ving Rhames' character should have lasted longer in the house.
Yeah,
like that. I think that like it should have felt like he was gonna make it to the end and then he dies, and that's like a real impetus for Fool to like kind of press on, or like he's alive in the house when Fool escapes, and so he feels like he has to go back not only to save Alice but to try to save Leroy, but Leroy dies right before he can get out.
Right. And I think also what I would like to see is, I guess pun intended, like a trickle down effect of us learning about the Robertsons and like weird disappearances happening around like that neighborhood, as well as like the rumors that they're hiding gold, just to kind of like get some intrigue there, and then having even more of the backstory of the Robertsons earlier instead of just like us finding out in the 3rd act like we did in this movie, and it felt like more of like an afterthought than anything. Basically, like making those 2 villains more serious than they were. I mean, they were entertaining here, but they were also kind of like, they were just really
Goofy.
silly.
Yeah, they're just really goofy.
Yeah, they were goofy. I want them in a new one to be just downright terrifying.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, like one of the things I would have liked to see in like in a remake is, one, the messaging to be a little bit taken a little bit more serious, and like, yeah, they're rich and yes they own these places, but like you can dig in more with the gentrification stuff, right? Like have them taking they were taking kids to try to scare people out of that neighborhood, right? Like you can dig in a little bit more. I think I would have shown like the family doesn't have to live in a fucking crack house to be poor. Like there are plenty of working poor people. You don't have to put them in a literal crack house. That was a little over the top. One major thing I would do though is I would have the couple, but I wouldn't have the husband or the brother in the gimp suit. I would have that as a 3rd character.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right? Like because I would like how they use the dog, like putting the dog in the walls to try to kill them. I would have them sending this gimp into the walls to try to kill them. Like that would be like their sort of weapon. But then you find out that the GIMP is, like later on you find out like it's the dad's twin brother or something, something like really kind of fucked up. But like give that as a full character, right? And use as almost like as a weapon, basically.
Agreed.
I think in the modern age, I wouldn't obviously do Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan. I'd do Donald Trump and Melania.
Yeah.
Why not? Right? Like, give it some
just
like
do that whole family, yo. Like that whole family is just feels like incestuous. You know what I mean? Like, don't even put Melania in it. Just put the fucking the
him
dad
and
the kids,
the sons.
Yeah,
man.
Oh no, Ivanka got to be there too.
Yeah, Ivanka.
Let the daughter be the oldest, and then have two brother sons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like
that way. You can be like, it's not really based on y'all because the woman's the older one, right? That's how you do it.
Yeah, her name is Smavanka. Totally different. It's not even close.
Her name is Ivana.
That whole family's trash. But like that's a cool way to play it. Like, doing that. Yeah, you could have Eric as the GIMP, right? He's a dumb one. He just put it.
There you go. That's it. Put
a mask on.
There you go.
And I'm Eric.
And I'm Eric.
He just have him be the GIMP, right? You've got the other son, Don Jr. He's an asshole, dumbass. He's always kind of like, "Hey, Dad, am I doing a good job? Am I doing a good job?" But he's always like fucking shit up. Like, like that's a perfect way to play him. Obviously, Donald Trump is this eccentric, rich dickhead. I mean, you don't really have to change much. Get him a giant suit that doesn't fit, and there you go.
Also,
I like it.
I was gonna say something else. If I had to change up something else, I would also change the ending. I wouldn't mind if at the end of the day the protagonists don't survive. And it ends with what I'm saying is, like, I feel like the interesting thing about a movie like this is that you could like have a sequel with those two villains and then kind of drag it out a little bit, and kind of just have an ending that would fuck with people, which is these kids don't get out and the villains win.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually not bad, because that is true. Like that feels much more menacing than a heartfelt, like, everything worked out situation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give people the money in the end? I feel like you don't.
No.
Now the question is, do the villains also die at the end?
No.
Ooh.
You're making a foreign film, is what
right? Yeah, that sounds like a French horror film.
That shit ain't gonna test well here.
Like, damn, nigga, they killed them and they survived. This is fucked up. Tiara's like, y'all going to see it?
The think piece is gonna be out.
Yeah,
Tiara
like, hates black people
this movie,
a lot.
But sometimes we don't always win.
No, we don't.
So
and sometimes we wear Greek letters, but we're not Greek.
Think about it. Don't actually, because that's stupid. Mad about that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. Jesus Christ.
But no, I would be totally.
That's
okay
some
with
nig-noggish behavior, Don't tweet stupid shit like that. This is dumb. I hate it.
Jay, why do you hate black people who love a certain television show?
No, I love my people. I just can't listen to y'all scream at each other over fucking
nig-noggish behavior.
Yeah, it is. Like, I can't listen to y'all scream.
It's a TV show. Calm down.
Yeah. Oh, but is it really an AKA, nigga? It's not real. Like, it's not real.
Who gives a fuck?
This is still
the realest thing about that is that Issa Rae actually went to fucking Stanford. There you go.
Did she have a Stanford jacket?
Everything else, oh god. But like, no, I would totally be okay with this being the type of film where you think they're going to get out, like, because they killed the dog, which I would probably add another dog to that.
Damn, you killed two dogs?
No, one of the dogs survives.
Yeah. Come on, now. You know she ain't gonna have a movie with two dogs and both of them die. Nah, yo.
was
You
like,
got to
damn.
balance one with the other.
Oh, okay.
They're
That's an
like
extra dog.
Bond
And-
girl. They're like Bond girls to her.
Yeah, you got to use one, and then you put you
And I
pump
would totally
one with a bayonet for information. Exactly.
And I would totally like let this be the type of movie where it ends on a note where you just have to sit with it and just accept the fact that the thing that you feel from this piece of art is despair that the characters didn't make it out, and you just gotta have to deal with it until the sequel comes out.
Now here's the thing. Like, ironically, that we're talking about that. We have 5 minutes left. Just a heads up, Micah. Ironically,
Micah is me when I'm ready to go.
it's just
You lucky I don't have my keys with me, because I'd be swinging my keys around like, all right, it's time to go.
that's what he do at parties, standing in the corner and like
Slowly put on the
Yep.
coat, be like, okay, well, all right,
getting late.
Hit the old
you good?
dusty trail.
like
It's getting late. It's
look,
5 in the
be like,
afternoon.
look, I'm like, look, I already know I don't gotta go home, but I know I gotta be out of here. So let me get out your hair.
Let me get out your way. But so what I was gonna say is, like, ironically, we're bringing up this idea of ending it where the heroes don't win. But the original Get Out ending was that, yes, dude escapes. But like his buddy doesn't come and pick him up, right? Like little Rel doesn't show up. He ends up killing Allison.
Cops, right?
Yeah, and he gets arrested. Like, he kills the family, but then he gets arrested, and then like Lil Rel goes to see him in jail, and he's like, "Hey man, we gotta like get you out of here. This is fucked up," and all this other stuff. And he was just like, "Nah, it's done. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. I'll just spend my time in jail." And when that was shown to audiences, audience hated it. They hated that ending, that through all of the shit that he had gone through with all this bullshit with white people, that he ended up losing. Right? Like, so it is interesting, like, how, like, it makes sense that, like, we can watch a lot of our people being, like, I mean, literally in that movie, tortured or, used horribly in, medical shit and all of these terrible trials and tribulations, as long as we get the fucking win in the end. Because that felt good, right? Like, at the end of that movie, when it's like, oh shit, like, here's the, main villain versus the main hero, and then for her to lose and him to win, it was like, you got a catharsis, right? But like, watching this movie, if at the end it was just like, nah, little man ain't make it.
Yeah.
They shot his ass, and like, that's a wrap. They close the door, nobody gets the money, it's done.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
that would be a wild ending.
I
would respect it, but that's a wild ending.
It's, I mean, even not just not him getting shot, but him being thrown in the basement and never getting out, and eventually like him turning into the same kind of monster those other kids will turn into.
Then I think you have to make. Then I think you have to make the monsters black. Like, that says something too, right? Like, there's the idea of missing black children, taking them, and then he ends up at the end being one of them. That's a grim fucking ending. That's a super grim ending. But it would generate
bold.
real. It's bold. Like that's a question to the audience, right? Like, as we're talking about this, like, if this movie, as goofy as this movie is, if it ended like that, how do you feel about that? Does that piss you off, or do you think it works as a commentary, like, true to life, right? Because we've seen young black people not make it out of situations with cops or with dangerous white people, attacking them and things like that. Would that be too much, or do you need that sort of comeuppance in the end to kind of be able to walk away from a movie and feel good about it?
No, you need comeuppance for people, man. Like, because you get the real thing in real life. You know what I mean? Like, we see it in real life.
Right.
I don't need to see it in my fiction. I don't need to pay to go watch a fictionalized version of the news. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was that's for us, right? If it were white people or some other minority who didn't understand what we were going through, you could have that ending. But black people ain't gonna take that shit, right? Because it's like, what do Terrence always say? Well, I've seen this before. Right. I've seen it before. It's on the news. So it depends on who you're trying to cater your thing to, your art to. Um, and and then you get to the point where it's like, now we live in a day and age where, if you don't get that happy ending, depending on how bad your ending is, like you could torpedo your movie, you could torpedo a movie studio. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people are fucking boycott you now.
Yeah, but it's a bold. That's a bold ending. Like I wouldn't
Sure.
have. Yeah, I wouldn't have. I would have respect for someone to take to be that bold. But man, I would love to hear the commentary around that because people would go fucking ballistic. I mean, to imagine that, like I can only imagine how people would take that if they can't even take the fact that someone is in a fake fraternity on television. That's crazy.
Well, I think this kind of goes back to what Mike was saying a little bit. Like, Mike, you brought up something that another minority may not have to understand, but I feel like it's a little bit more cultural in terms of like maybe from a Black American perspective.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you go to another place where you watch a foreign film that's watched by the majority of that particular race or culture, where they have happy or where they don't have happy endings, if they would react the same way that we would. And I feel like for us here, it's more of a Black American culture thing, not necessarily just everyone, if that makes sense. And I don't think that, like, if we had that type of bold ending, no, I don't think people would take it well. I think the think pieces will be out there. God, like, as soon as the embargo lifts, you're gonna be
people would go
things like
crazy.
Yeah, people would be upset. I
They'd
mean,
be pretty pissed.
which I get it. I mean, I get it. It's something that you would see in real life, but I don't know if that's a reason to not have that type of ending in at least one film like this. I think this is the type of thing where you
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I think this is just the type of thing where if you want to take this type of if you want to have this kind of ending, you just have to be bold enough to do it knowing that you're going to piss off a lot of people. But I don't know if just because we see it all day every day is a reason to not do it in your film.
I think there's one way that you could get away with it that wouldn't piss people off, that would immediately trigger people to talk about it, but not just make them angry, right? Because a lot of people just get angry because they're like, you're making me feel things. They just get fucking upset.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I mean.
Which to me, with film reviews, like, that pisses me off. Like, it's art. It's supposed to make you feel something. If it doesn't, that's bad art. But I think the only way you could do it is, like, you have that ending and it fucking fades to black, and then you fade up text about, like, statistics about, like, missing Black children or something like that, or you know the abduction of Black children is a very large issue and we need to talk about it, and and like bring it so that you end it and be like, look, motherfucker, I'm not saying this shit is cool, I'm trying to send a message. Like, that's the only way I could see where people go, damn, that was fucked up. Yeah, like, all right, I get what they're trying to say. Like, you'd have to literally spell it out for people because they would be so furious that they wouldn't catch it. Like, they would just be mad.
We literally just went through this in with Candyman. Like, that movie did not end on a happy note, but the messaging in the end credits, like in the art of the end credits, told you exactly why it ended that way. Right. So I think that's another one, because in a perfect world, for at least Candyman, you don't have it in that way. You have it with them defeating the lore. But unfortunately, the Black guy becomes part of the lore for something that we see on television every day in the news.
Right. Damn, I have to say this conversation was better than this entire movie. It was.
Yes,
it was. So there you go. The last 15 minutes of this episode, better than the entire movie that we were forced to watch for your entertainment.
I know.
I want to do like a fade up in the beginning, but like just fast forward to this timestamp for an interesting conversation.
I think what I would like to see, because we talk about how there are new Black filmmakers and writers, I want to see something that bold with an ending like that. Like, I think if we're going to continue to diversify our films, I mean, I want something like that.
You could find something like that. You just you know, you have to go to a film festival to see it.
Yeah, you're not
Like,
seeing it
like,
mainstream.
it ain't playing at the local AMC. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I like.
but that's what I
agree
want.
with
I
you.
want those films to be, more mainstream, more accessible, to different audiences.
Yeah, I don't
Even ones within our
disagree at
culture.
all, because I think having that level of boldness is important, right? Like you do need
Right.
it, but boy is it that's super fucking bold. All right, that is episode 209, the people under the stairs. You're welcome for the saving grace of our conversation at the end. Try not to fight a Rottweiler, or don't, I don't know. We'll be back with another preview episode for episode 210. This is the end of our Halloween series. So I guess maybe we'll do it next year. If we can find 3 black horror movies that are like, if the juice is worth the squeeze, as they say. So probably won't be this. But any parting words before we get out of here?
Love it or list is on, so I'm leaving.
This
I know,
is my
and I
last
know
show.
why. What?
This is my last show in my 20s. So
All right. I'm like, wait,
next
what?
time I see y'all, I'll be on the other side.
Yo?
So next time we're back,
I'm
I will
like, mute
officially
her
be
mic.
30.
Mute it. Oh, congratulations. When is it? This weekend?
Man.
A week from today.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
Don't come in here acting brand new on episode 210.
Oh,
Right.
I
Acting
will.
acting like you grown and shit. Like,
Yeah,
all right,
no.
all right.
I mean, considering
Alright.
that I literally pay for everything in here, I would say.
And rich. I see.
All right.
Black people get a couple
But if there's anyone who's
couple of
listening
paintings
that
on the
who
wall.
is rich, look,
Yeah,
I'm not going
you
to
about to make a whole
at a
internet
very
mistake.
fancy. I got it at a very fancy art gallery called Ross. So yeah.
I'm not gonna be a snob and say I can't believe you bought your art from Ross, but I can't believe you bought your art from Ross.
Look, they got some dope ass paintings. I love it. So I will see the rest of everyone when I am 30 years old.
Wow, good. Live with it. Yeah, call us when you're on the broad side of 40. Get out of here.
Oh God, when I turn 40, I feel like I'm gonna be even worse. I mean, well, by worse I mean better.
We'll be 50 years old. We're gonna be way past Danny Glover's age for this bullshit.
Y'all gonna be 50 years old still seeing Avengers 25.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
got an excuse now.
Yeah, I got a kid. She gotta see it.
Yeah.
She'll be 10. Good Lord, or 12. That's fucking terrifying. All right, that is it for us. We will see you guys next week for another preview episode. Later.
See you.
Bye.
You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.